Nah, come here, come here. You ever just look at somebody and wonder what's going through their mind? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with DOX. I'm done. I can't. No. Yeah, so that's me. About a week into DOX. Why did I torture myself into playing this game again? The world may never know. Maybe I did this for you. Yeah, you. Sitting at home eating chips while I straight rage and get ready to beat on my monitor like I beat on my... Here's 100 days of DOX. Ark Evolve's hardest mod pack ever created. It literally stands for Don't Open Game. The G is silent, and the X means exern. Look it up. It's a real word. Look it up. I swear to God. Now watch me suffer day in, day out, just like the sadist I know you all are, laughing at my pain. Anyway, if you find yourself enjoying this video, make sure to hit the like and sub button. It's that big red button right there. I know you want to click it. So, if you want to join along on one of my adventures, make sure to join the Discord so you can join in on one of the servers I host. You can also keep up to date with videos and the current gossip, like how I almost quit playing multiple times throughout this playthrough. Now, sit back and enjoy my suffering. At least the mod starts off like any other Ark experience. Spawned in and immediately ran for my life. Now that's Ark at its finest. Every creature just wants to get in your face and disrespect your molecules. Met up with my boy Nephis and died. Picked up my stuff and did the normal beginner Bob stuff. Cue montage. Once I got my beach Bob loot, we went around to go kill some creatures.
No.
Oh my god. Will it see me? It won't notice me on this rock.
Yep, they wouldn't.
Look,
they
He
will.
won't notice. He didn't notice. He didn't notice.
Oh God! Ankles.
They're going for you.
They're. I don't think they are. Are they?
No,
They're not.
they don't see us. One of those happened to be a Dillo who apparently hit the gym and kept getting stronger as it killed us. We made it into a porcupine before we died,
that's a
though.
really
So,
high level.
take that, Dillo. Then spent the rest of the night trying to kill an Apex Tortellini. Once we did, Nephis got a long neck rifle and some
There
other
we
stuff,
go.
but a Dillo came in and
Yes.
stole our keratin. Apparently that hit Nephis hard because he got drunk on some rainbow feces after and went whee, leaving a rainbow behind. Killed an Apex Dillo with the
There
drops
we go.
gifted from that
2
Tortellini.
hits.
And we felt so thankful that we decided to porcupine another one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this mod aims to make you into a common mid-tier villain by making the best way to start out and progress by killing weak Apex creatures. The strong picks on the weak kind of vibes. So that's what we did,
Right.
luring Dillos with the promise of candy into the water and spearing them dead, getting better equipment and levels, and continuing the process. The rest of the day was spent unlocking Ingrams. On day 3, we
Somewhere
went around
out
killing to
here.
hopefully get another rifle.
Prime near. Warning. Prime nearby.
Yo, I see, it's right in front of you. It's a bear, Watch out, Apex, no!
I don't even
Run into the
know.
water.
Why me? Why me?
Yo, did it heal? Oh no.
What? How? What?
It was in the water.
Yeah.
Eventually,
this-
Nephis teamed up an Apex Pteranodon, allowing us to travel in the
yes.
sky. Started the next day, dying to an Apex Zomdodo. It managed to give me cooties, so I'm glad Nephis had the
let's
antidote.
run
Otherwise,
kill
all
it.
my friends would have made fun of me. Now, I got cured
Probably.
and had my revenge.
Kill it.
Because there's nothing
Kill
sweeter
it.
than revenge.
Kill-
Went into the wilderness looking for things to kill. Unfortunately, the Terrorbird was doing the same thing. So yeah, bye-bye me. Hit a crash, but when I got back on, Neph already had made me a spyglass and gravestone.
have
So I was
enough
able to
for
get
a
all my
third
things.
one.
Appreciate you. Ran around killing things like I was Jason in Friday the 13th. Saw a dead raptor loot and quickly snagged it. Looked to see what I got till an Apex compy came out of nowhere and disrespected my cinnamon buns. I got back to base, realized it dropped the shotgun, which is great. But sucky thing is, I only have 3 bullets to my name. So I better make them count. Out of nowhere. Oh my
Right.
god, a Kong! A Kong! Run! Run!
Ah!
No! What the hell happened? A Megacon comes passing by us, like just strolling by. So yeah, I had to nope out of there. We flew around looking for a spot to call home, but a dragon spotted us,
Goodbye.
and let's
Oh,
just say a
no.
funeral proceeding was needed.
That-
Goodbye to us and the unnamed PT. Your life was
Yeah,
short,
that-
but
that-
you
that
will
was
be missed.
just a
Psych.
bad-
A Scorpion Prime made me go nappy time while I was
Did you?
looking to kill an Apex Carno. At least he didn't hunt me down and take my cheeks while I was unconscious.
That's
He's a gentleman after
that's
all,
good,
and
I
he
think.
waited for my
Huh?
consent, unlike this Apex Carno. To be honest, I was not expecting to be able to climb up that cliff at all. I went back for revenge with my shotgun in
okay.
hand, but man, it did nothing to its
Very
help.
good.
I barely put a dent in it before dying again. If I had a death counter, I'd probably be at
am
like
not
6, and it's
teleporting
only day 6. Tamed the trike, and I didn't name it, because chances are, it's just going to leave me. And damn, I must be psychic, because it died to a spider, which I had dragged into the waters just so I can kill it. Tamed another trike, but this one is a much higher level, so it better not die. I realm transferred over to Asgard South, where the new base spot was gonna be. Nev had already tamed 2 Apex gachas, which will allow us to get random things from the crystal drops. Took some MDA feces and went running around to scope out our surroundings. Nothing too crazy here, so it might be best to set up base. Spotted an Ovis and killed it for that sweet mutt. Found a baby Maywing that I quickly snagged, only for it to die by some thirsty hyenodons. Tamed an Apex gacha by dropping a ton of wood in front of its face and watched it eat. The more of these guys we have, the better the variety of things we can get from it. Made a grappling hook and went exploring till I died to some more hyenodons. Went to the surface and tried to kill an Apex beer chugging calico by cheesing it, using the grapple, only to get bouldered off the cliff. Went looking for more Apex and still nothing good. No long neck rifle, which is needed in order to knock out Apex tames, which will then allow me to start the mod in earnest. Died again for the umpteenth time and spawned in base to see Nephis tossing around a parasaur using a mammoth. Tamed another trike and went around killing small Apex creatures, so I messed with a Bigfoot who called his corrupted brother on me, killing both me and the new trike. Tamed another trike and killed a spider, which dropped me a pistol and a DOX organic poison rifle, which is great, but not what I need. I need a long neck rifle. I tamed some penguins for a farm and just a massive amounts of deaths and killings with no long neck rifle in sight.
As bad as it can get.
Like, my luck can't be this bad. Nephis found 2 in the first 10 kills, but on my 100th and nothing. Another 100 deaths later and still nothing. Till we cheesed the Compy Prime and killed it. I got a bunch of loot from it, and one of those things were a rifle. Thankfully. I also got a couple of treats, a glider skin, and some other things, but now I can finally progress. Tamed an Apex Raptor because, you know, now I can finally do that. And as soon as I tamed it, it was named Enslaved with a namey on it. That's hilarious. You're killing it, Dox. Probably the only time I'm gonna laugh in these 100 days. Killed another Prime Compy using the Big Brain method. Got some pretty decent loot from it, but now it's time to progress. So we need to tame Dodos and Dillos. We both separated to do our own taming. I got a Dillo and then crashed hard. When I came back, Nephis already had a mining drill up, which gathers tungsten and titanium, which is Dox metal needed for a lot of things. Made a TP remote and went looking for a pygmy, since we already had a couple of treats from those compies.
That's a Mega T-Rex! That's a Mega T-Rex!
I figured I'd try my luck. While on the search, I did take a little pit stop to get me an Apex PT, then tamed a doughy pygmy to only fail with the true treats we had. Now that I know nothing but death awaits me in this cruel world, I really wanted to work on my passion, building base. But before that, I need one last final Dillo to mate my couples. Dodos and Dillo eggs are used to make pygmy treats, so they're super helpful. Pygmies can evolve into dangerous early on tames, so they are def worth the effort. Tamed one up and went back to base to breed. Since I got settled, it was now time to build base. And that's all I did. I built a foundation for base and tried to get up the tiers in the seed farm mod. Also went over the docs manual since it's been a while. Real quick, let me explain this amazing seed mod. It took me some time to really figure it out, but basically this mod allows you to grow resources such as wood, metal, gasoline, and many other things. This will help you cut down on the need for resource gathering. Basically, you need this magic seed to start off, which can be found by just picking up berry bushes. You plant the seed in a crop plot, and you get these things called magic crystals. You then take those magic crystals and convert them into tier 2 seeds, and so on and so on. Each tier allows you to unlock new crop plots, and many more resources. Eventually, you can unlock tech ones, which I'll probably disable later on or just won't use cause I've heard it's kinda OP. Disclaimer, I use them hard. Currently, I'm on the yellow tier, which means I can make things from tier 4. The only problem is all this stuff requires you to either make the previous tiers of the seed or go out resource gathering to get around 1,000 of them. Each tier requires just a ton of resources to make if you don't grow them yourself. Now, let's get back into DOX. The dillos and dodos were producing a lot of eggs, but to make the pygmy treats, we need meat. Not that weak base game meat. I'm talking about the type of meat she tells you not to worry about. So I needed a killer, a real hitter, someone who went through the trenches. So I went searching, only to die to a toxic dodo, then to a mega shadow man who sniped me out of the air. Now that's 2 PTs down already, and we aren't really swimming and chitting right now, so I gotta be careful. Ran into a rock drake who looked like he was protecting a nest, so I had to lure him away and performed a drive-by on his nest. Thanks to the loot picker upper mod, I managed to snag his egg without even getting off my dino. This mod's kinda OP. After a bit of searching, I ran into a cool looking cave. It ended up having a bunch of crystals and blue gems in it, which is perfect because I need 1k to get a seed for the seed mod farm. It also had some Apex Rock Drake's eggs. I could maybe get a mate for the current one I got. Ran in there like Speedy Gonzalez, pressing G like a madman, hoping to pick up some eggs in the distance, but I got sent to bed quickly. I took a break from looking around and decided to massacre to make myself feel better. And while I was at it, I did some things to Neff his sleeping body, cause I just kind of felt like being a villain today. All that penguin blood on my hands made me do it, so blame it. Blame those cute little penguin. Went outside of base and died to a damn manticore. So yeah, I took a break at the very safe base and worked on the seed mod again, making sure I have all tier 2 seeds being made. Once I did, I low-key felt good about myself, so I went outside to hopefully successfully tame a Rex. But of course, I find one and it's next to a giant spider who knocks both of us out. Literally, me and itself. I was praying I woke up before it, till the Rex came in and killed me. Yeah, DOX. I forgot how frustrating it is. Went out again and you guessed it, died. This time a Spino who just so happened to be a professional cliff climber, and death, and more death. Made some Trent grenades, which is supposed to knock out things a lot easier, and then more death. But eventually I finally tamed it. Finally I can go to bed. My notes have been in disarray. So many misspelled words. Because I was not going to bed without completing my mission. A unique Spino. I just hope it can mate with a normal Apex Spinos. Otherwise, what I did was just pointless. I stole Nephis' female Spino and put them to mate. And it turns out they do. So let's go. To end off the night, I made a bunch of taming treats because we had too many dodo eggs. Suffering from success now. Now, I had to take a pretty big break from DOX after that night. The pain was too much. So when I came back, Nephis had progressed significantly, and the Spinos plus everything else produced like crazy. So I made a Spino saddle, made some pygmy trees, and went taming some pygmies. But I died, like out of nowhere. It said my soul was consumed. I don't know how it happened, but that's DOX for you. While on the hunt, I found an unattended wyvern egg and snatched it, then immediately died to an Apex there. Saw me, took one look, and knew I was a meal. Sheesh. I got it like that, I guess. I was looking for a while, but in the end, I gave up and used Dino Finder. Not a big fan, but I'm already so far behind and I have to catch up. Plus, this mod is hard enough as it is. Found a Dodicarius first, which was a pretty easy tame, and then a Jabolo, which is where stuff started to hit. I got attacked by a Trudon, then by Dillos, and then by a Terrorbird, and when none of those could kill me, an Apex Con came from me. After that, I kind of needed to see blood, so I killed some Rexes, and then got overconfident and tried to kill a Wyvern. Big mistake, because it literally lit me up like a Christmas tree. I also saw this purple thing near it, and picked it up, and got a bunch of saddles. Took a mental health break and worked on the seed farm. Got up to tier 4, made some new seeds, then accidentally ate the silica pearl seeds. Luckily, I had enough for more. Went out to look for more pygmy, causing a mega monkey to start throwing crap at me. Luckily, I was born an aerial king and dodged them things naturally. Eventually, I made it back to base to regroup and make some pygmy trees to hopefully upgrade my dough. Got it on my 3rd try. Talk about my luck changing. Now, this turned into an Apex Pygmy, which I need to evolve again to get a viable version. So I need meat, which drops from Spinos, Rexes, and Giga. So I went after a Giga and one chomp did like 5k damage, so yeah. Took another mental health. Went around on the volcanic island just killing things, then went back to base to make a grinder, and I'm not talking about the app, so that I can grind some things in my inventory. Then I went back out for pygmies, and of course nothing but death awaited me. Finally got into an RG's inventory and fed it that sweet stuff. But damn, Kong killed me. I went back, luckily it was still taming, but died again. Went back one more time and it was still taming. Thankfully, I waited and got that beautiful success icon. Ran up to it and trapped it. I also peeped the manticore nest right by where the RG was, so I threw myself into the nest hoping to get lucky hitting that G spot and picking up that egg. I got it, let's go. But it went to my PT's inventory and that died on impact. I mean, it was just an Apex Manticore, so I don't know if it would be worth all the trouble looking for it, since it was being guarded by a Prime Ice Manticore. I kind of thought the egg would have been the same, and it would have allowed me to skip some tiers. Got my RG to Apex, but still needed meat to evolve it again. I currently have 8, so I went hunting for Prime Compies and big Apex creatures. While killing Compies, I managed to find an RG just chilling, and it tamed on the first try, so suck that, you Mega Kong. Died to a Prime Leech because I blindly swung at it.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back! Fight back!
Got a couple of things to note from that compy. One was a Prime Kibble that would feed to ride a Dragon, Wyvern, or Manticore. Another was my current fit, which has better movement speed and increased weight, but still not enough meat to stuff this RG with, so I resumed my hunt. Taking a pit stop to tame some pygmies, I saw 3 all right next to each other, so placed a TP, which I am so lucky I did that because I went to clear the field of danger and a Manticore comes in and claps me. Got back a couple of different times and managed to get 2 out of the 3, so not bad odds. I do wish I could have gotten that last RG, but it legit just disappeared. So I resumed my Prime Compy hunt, killed all of them that spawned on the map, and just took a break to finish base. I also improved the seed farm and currently only missing a couple of things at this point, so pretty much infinite resources. Now I was ready for DOX again, so I upgraded my RG Pygmy and Doa Dicarus into primes. Now they looked beautiful, but had really low health. Their saddles I will need to upgrade a ton to make up for that low health. This makes me glad I focused on research early game. Made base saddles, turned them into blueprints, then made a crafting potion. I also had gloves that added 300% to crafting ability. Crafted a couple of spares and used the best one to make into a blueprint again and repeated the process. I got the max I could get for regular saddles, which was around 45.8 on an RG, and Doed was 38. I also checked out the DOX handbook just in case I missed something, cause these primes are weak right now. And third was the highest stage for them, but they have a summon ability, so maybe their health doesn't matter as much. Only way to really test it is by using it and hopefully not dying. But first, a quick pit stop to tame this Pygmy PT. Now I tried the RG out on a Raptor Prime, but it did no damage. I'm assuming it's cause the Prime had fast health regen and was just healing too quickly. As of right now, I can't take that Prime Raptor on, so we're moving on. Stolen egg, got chased across the map by a Dodo Wyvern, attempted to take on a couple of different primes, but literally I don't do no damage. I can feel the frustration setting in. So I relaxed myself by killing some Prime Compies and getting their loot. Once I cleared the map of them, I had a little look at what I got. I got 2 free Pygmy summons, one of them being a Sinocrop. This cool looking shotgun, kibble to ride flyers, and a bunch of clothes. But then the dreaded server crab. Once it came back on, I found a Penguin Prime that was talking that ish behind my back, so I called them out to the playground to fight. Now, first time I was actually able to kill something, but the loot was garbage. So I went after his friend. Too bad my ADHD brain got sidetracked by some eggs and I went after them instead. I got a couple of Wyvern and Manticore eggs before getting reset thanks to a Dodo Prime, who had just fall down into my hiding spot and killed my RG. Now I'm lucky I had backup RG Pygmy. See, this is what happens when you plan ahead. I easily evolved it to Apex and had just enough for a Prime version. But now my mission is getting that saddle back. Luckily, someone had a TP right by my body and helped me out with their tank. I hatched my brand new Manticore and saddled it up with a tier 2 saddle, picked it up, but while moving base I noticed that Nephis had a blueprint for the Prime Saddle Enhance, which will allow me to use a special ability. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make that instead. Thanks Neph, but next time I have to remember to actually grab the resources before I take the crafting skill potion, because I didn't have enough space once I took it. Rookie mistake. Got a great saddle and then immediately pulled out my manticore. Saddled him and fed him the prime kibble. Now I can ride him. And on our first date, I almost lost him. A prime bear pulled a dumb move and made me sit. Luckily, I'm quick with it and managed to sew him before hitting the ground. Of course I died, but at least my boy is safe. Snagged the dodo wyvern egg but almost died, so yeah, these prime RGs just ain't it. Taking on primes are damn near impossible. Just witness as I try and die to this apex prime monkey. Yeah, RIP RG. Like, what do I do? No prime compy on the map, so that means no chance for a decent saddle. I had to just look up what to do next, and turns out killing golden dinos will get me better resources. So I'm gonna try to do that. 4 different dodos disappeared before I can kill them. Apparently there's a time limit, so if you're not quick, they run away. Man, do I miss my RG right now. This spinal just not hitting. It's just not hitting, but I needed confidence, so I went killing anyway. I had to test out the shotgun on one of them, and this thing hits hard. It's so damn fun to use. For compy killing, it's perfect. Too bad it eats ammo. Luckily, the first compy I killed gave me enough meat to evolve another RG. Went out leveling it and found a golden dodo. Thanks to my summons and RG, I barely managed to kill it before it escaped. Got a bunch of saddles, but nothing was really useful, sadly. I also got some regen potions and meats. The loot was good, so I went looking for more. I used my unique spinal to hunt down golden coals because they were easier prey and there was just a lot of them on the map. Plus, the only time I felt safe was in the water. Once I was done with my hunt, I did manage to get quite a bit of tier 2 saddles. One of them being for a Doed and Spinal. Turned out Spinal saddle immediately into a blueprint and then threw out my Doed Prime to test if he now has the ability to summon. However, I'm still getting the icon that I can't summon, so I wonder if there's another saddle I have to get, like the Manticore, that's enhanced. Because of this, I run into another problem. I have no way to progress. My RG Prime minions don't do enough damage to primes and I have no way of killing them. Maybe I missed something, so I went over everything DOX again. Apparently there's a statue that I didn't craft. The description says to summon bosses, so I didn't think anything of it right now. I placed it down and yeah, I was kind of right. It was only there to summon bosses. So I caved and asked somebody on the server, and apparently I need to sacrifice 3 primes to summon in an ancient prime. But to get the elixir of sacrifice, I would need to kill some Sarcos. Easy peasy. That's pretty easy. Went to the swamp biome to hunt for Sarcos, killing a couple but not enough. After killing one particular Sarco, I pressed G because I didn't get any eye and thought it might have been in a bag. Well, I guess a Mega Raptor died around here because I got a Mega Heart, a Dodo head, eyes, and a Raptor head. Went back to base once I had enough eyes to sacrifice. Now it was just a game of using treats to grow my pygmies and meats to make them into primes. Got 3 of them prime, but I accidentally used 2 summoner elixirs on 1 Doe. So I had to gather another eye. Got the eyes and summoned in the ancient. I also needed an ancient prime kibble and had to borrow a corruption crystal, but it was worth it. I got a prime bear. Mama.
What?
We made it. Your son can finally progress.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
Got my bear some levels and saw there was a DOX kill counter. Don't think I'm gonna be needing this for my current summons, but thanks anyway, DOX. Took my bear out on a spin to kill primes, but I still can't kill him. My minion is a giant bear that literally gets 1 piece anytime he's up against another prime. And of course, I immediately lose my ancient prime bear to a prime griffin who came out of nowhere as I was trying to kill a prime mantis. I was honestly this close to quitting. I mean, I was literally in the middle of breaking my keyboard, but then something hit me. It's time to listen to the people in the server and follow their advice and stop being a stubborn idiot. So I did. I made a tank which apparently can kill all primes if you find the saddle for it. So I went compy prime killing and golden dino killing till I found it. Till my Spinal got one shot by a Ferox. Yeah, so I don't know when I'll be able to get this damn saddle. Changed up my dino into a Dodo Wyvern I picked up from a nest and made an OP saddle. Then fed it some kibble and took it out for a spin. Now this guy might be the killer I need. He's pretty damn good. It makes hunting Goldens PTs a breeze. I'm still scared of taking him out to attack anything stronger, so for now it's hunting in the peaceful lands in this realm. But I had wiped out all the spawns and it made me feel like I really owned the sky. I was killing wyverns like they were light and manticores, but Just like Icarus, I flew too close to the sun and got humbled by a prime bear who made sure I'd never be able to fly again, killing my mighty Dodo Wyvern. Worst part is, I didn't even empty his pockets before he died. It sucks, but at least I had a whole bunch of meat from killing all those golden PTs, so I can summon another prime easily. Just need pygmies and a corruption stone. Once I evolved my pygmies, it was time to hunt a Sarkos. They were literally only 5 on the map, and I got 2 eyes from the ones I could actually get to. So instead I had to use a void worm egg in placement of the eye. This will allow me to sacrifice all 3 prime, but when I summoned in my Apex Prime RG, it was unique, so yeah, I couldn't kill that. Instead, I'll have to waste treats on evolving this Gigapithecus pygmy, which also evolved into a unique Apex King Kong, and those stats are insane, so it's another one I can't sacrifice. Then I got another unique, and yeah, this is a sign that my luck is changing. I can feel it. So I sacrificed my OG RG Prime instead of the newly unique one. It hurt, but Dox is telling me this is a sign. So I also tried my luck with the Prime Jerboa. Turns out you need to put a Prime head in a blueprint, so I did that and let it do its magic. Well, it was trash, but it was at least time for the Ancient Prime again. And well, it was trash. Again, a Scorp is terrible. I apparently needed a Dodicarus or an RG, man. I can't take this no more. Someone help me. Please, help. Luckily, someone was kind enough to listen to my pleas and help. We took on a Doid Prime and a Penguin. The Scorpion isn't actually the worst. It can summon in minions that can actually summon in more minions. They're just weak. Nothing good from many of those primes, and they already took so much to kill. Apparently, I've just been unlucky with the drops, and getting a Fat Boy nuke, which could have taken care of 90% of the early game issues, is pretty common, and getting a tank saddle is as well. I did manage to kill one more Prime Raptor before calling it quits. It's time to see what I get from my Jerboa, and sadly it's just meat. So yeah, I'm just extremely unlucky. Managed to kill a Doed Prime by trapping it with a cage and shooting it, then finishing it off with my unique Kong. Managed to get a Tech 2 rifle, which I've been told is amazing, and it is. Holy hell, I feel so powerful. I killed a Doed Prime easily with it. It's so strong. Killing a Dodo Wyvern? Easy. Golden Dodo? Light cheese. Prime Raptor? Easy. Scorpion Prime? Come on, is that a joke? I mean, I did get some help with a Hell Horse, but still. Oh, it's been defeated. Then it was time to roll some weapons, and they were all garbage. This Yeti? Garbage. Go in the bin. I'm killing things now, mama. Mama, we made it. While killing a Prime King Kong, a trophy appeared. No clue what its use is, but it's there. After all the killing, I had enough for an Apex Ice Manticore and some rolls for the Jerboa. So it's time to gamble. Absolutely garbage. And no Fat Boy nukes. Now it's time to upgrade my Manticore. So there's a cheat you can do with any dino, and it's by crying them, blueprinting them, and then crafting the blueprint. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably use eventually, but not for this guy here. Because even if it dies, I got this Tech 2 rifle, and it's perfect for killing. Once I felt like I had enough killing and gambling, I sacrificed an RG to summon in another Ancient, and it was another Ancient Scorpion. Went out killing, and when I came back, I had a Spinal X summon in my inventory. Don't know when I got that, but hey, I got it and summoned it in. Then ended the night with me stealing some eggs and got lucky and found a fire, manticore egg, and a nest. I got a fabricated DOX sniper rifle V2, so I blueprinted it and then maxed it out. Then did some gambles, and on my first one, I got a Fat Man, finally. Now it's time to max this thing out. Ammo for the nukes is pretty expensive, so I made a couple, and it was time to take on the seed farm boss, so I can unlock the duplicate tech crops. Someone on the server had already set up a perfect killing zone for it. He also hooked me up with some nukes and we killed it. Once killed, it dropped essence, which is then used to make the ultimate crop plot. Tested it out with the kibble, and holy crap, 20 instantly. The grind just got cut down in half. I can do hearts, heads, shards, anything. So I spent a hot minute just duping different things. Some of y'all might call this cheesy, but even getting to this point is a grind. That boss needed 80 nukes, and DOX is a mega grind, and I don't have that much time for it. I also killed a mega compy for a prime compy summoner to dupe it. I had a ton of resources now, so gambling with the Jerboa wasn't even gambling anymore. I placed a corrupt crystal and a bunch of kibble and let it run for a while to see what saddles I could get. I also gambled with the prime compies to get a full corrupted set. Now this is all the new loot I duplicated. I also rolled a bunch of saddles with my Jerboa using prime kibbles and a corrupted stone. Got a tank saddle, finally, and then maxed it out.
Alright, right click this.
Oh my god, this thing is beautiful! And tested it out on the lava golem. a Mega Carno, and some other primes. Now this thing is a game changer. Dude, let's go! This tank is amazing! But before I continue any further with DOX, we decided to take on the Seed Farm boss again. I need another one of those duplicate tech crop plots, man. They're cracked. They are cracked. After all that fighting, we got some special siege, shards, elements, apex drops, mammoth X summoner, and a Dodon prime summon. Made the tech crop plots and then realized that I actually don't have a tech generator or replicator unlocked. So I had to make a pit stop to kill a base game boss. Easiest fight in this mod yet. Quickly made the tech rep and gen so my seeds would grow. Now it was time to take my Spinal X out for a spin, killing anything in my path. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda feel invincible right now. Till I got humbled by a Megapithecus. Yeah, DOX, we'll do that to you. Made another one and went golem hunting. Hunted a couple of poison golems that were actually hard to kill. Almost killed us twice, but these corrupted heals come in clutch. But those poison golem rocks, man, when they throw them, they hurt. At this point, I progressed tons, and this tank would have been a game changer early on. It's still good now, but I can do better. I have everything I need to evolve this Apex Fire Manticore into a Prime. And while that grew into an adult, I went gambling from Ancient Primes. Well, I guess it's not really gambling with infinite resources now, though. So I kept going until I had one of each Prime. Summon them in just to look at them, and honestly, I don't need them right now. This Griffin does look cool, but my favorite is this Hell Horse. But they're just so weak and my Fire Manticore was ready to go. So I took it out for a spin. Killed a Mega Demorph so I could harvest his seeds to then evolve my Ice Manticore into a Prime. It was a weird fight, a lot of hit and run tactics, but killed it, and I also got a Prime B summoning. Checked the handy dandy notebook, and I'm still missing a Deathworm RG head, so I had to go hunting. The Deathworm with this tank is just too easy, but the RG gave a bit of an issue with the summons it has. But apparently this Manticore has Fire Breath, which made these summons a breeze. I actually didn't know till halfway through the fight, when I actually misclicked. Killed some more primes and got a Phoenix summons. Then died to a poison golem. It's fine. It's fine. That golem didn't know I needed to go back to my base anyway, so he only helped me out. Evolved this Ice Manticore into a prime, but it failed. I didn't know they could fail. Tried again and it worked. Then I summoned in my prime Phoenix. It's weak, but I think I'll need to sacrifice it eventually to get this Mega Rex. I do know I can boost my Manticores by taking out a prime Manticore, getting its head, and feeding it to my Manticore on some cannibal vibes. But I lost my Ice Manticore to this prime due to its insane speed. Went back to base to upgrade another one. Now it's time for revenge. During our fight, Steps died in battle. I salute you, soldier, but managed to damage it enough for me to finish it. Got the head and upgraded the Manticore. It was pretty good. 50% of its stats got boosted. Once I juiced him up, managed to kill a prime wyvern easily. My boy on the roids now. Still have to be careful though, because technically I'm still weak in DOX's eyes. If I'm not careful, this guy can easily become a hashtag. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember DOX being this hard the last time I played it. In my previous 100 days, I was already versing Titans by this time. At least now I can prepare for the worst. Got a bunch of nukes made, and I think it's time to start violating in DOX instead of DOX violating me. I also looked up how to make a prime mega, which are known as the Titan killers. I need to summon in these primes and place a sacrifice elixir to get the token. I already gotten a few of them from the pygmy RGs I sacrificed, and I got summoners for pretty much all the ones in the list except for prime dragon and prime wyvern. If I'm not mistaken, I have to evolve a regular dragon into a prime. Same with the wyvern. Well, at least that's what I thought till I summoned an ancient dimorph, used their elixir on it, but got only a heart back. So instead, I need to summon in compies, have them summon in prime variants, and then sacrifice those variants. So I needed to go collect the resources that was required to craft them, and the easiest way is to hunt Mega, which is incredibly easy thanks to the Manticore and nukes. Just nuke them from a safe distance. Nuked a spider and then a raptor, which actually gave me some pretty good loot. Sadly, I got grounded thanks to an Apex Yeti, frozen ability, and because I was over water, I got dismounted, leading me to die. And then shortly after, my Manticore. Killed some more Mega Carnos for loot and an Apex Prime Dragon for its bomb head. Then went to take on a Mega Dodorex, but while I was fighting it, a Mega Dinopithecus flung his feces at me. Oh, how dare you. After all that fighting though, I had enough to turn this compy into a Demorph Prime. Then sacrificed it to the gods. Did the same to this Apex Ice Dragon who I found and raised from a wee egg so that I could get the last ingredient to turn this compy into a prime dragon. But the gods require blood, so I sacrificed him too. 2 down, only like 5 more to go. The leech was next. Raptor, you know you needed to get your cheeks clapped as well. Finally was his Dodo. Everything else I will need a mega body part for. Since I've lost all my tames as well, it was time to summon in a different tame. One I remember being super fun. It was the Prime Hellhorse. I duplicated the summon immediately and kept tossing them out until I got a unique. Now it's time to make a beast of a saddle for it and to take on a Mega King Kong. My Hellhorse was doing damage, to be fair. It was like 11k, but it's not built for megas. One hit literally decimated my health and eventually killed me. So I took out my Scorpion Prime and then that got bodied easily. Had to borrow one of the people on the servers, Manticore, which did end up getting bodied after we defeated one of the Mega Kongs.
That one is like, yeah, there we go.
Bro, he ran away.
Well, he killed one of them. You have the loot from it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not anymore.
Here, I'll swoop in and go get it, and I'll just dip
Yeah, it should be everything that was in your, the Manticore. So I got my feces, but he just lost Manticore. My bad, bro. Ended up getting something called Manticore X Boots and a giant turtle summoning. Summoned in the turtle, which was cool, but honestly, I'm never going to use it. So in the bin with you. Put this Pithecus in there as well. Now I'm going to have to speed up if I want to get at least to the Titan in these next 100 days. Created another Manticore Ice Prime so that I could take down a Dodo Wyvern Prime, which would allow me to evolve this Wyvern into a zombie variant. Took it out and into the bin with you. Killed a Dodo Rex Prime with some nukes. Honestly, I got extremely lucky. It was in a narrow path with a sunroof over its head, and I was able to ram nukes down its throat and then finish them off with my Manticore. Got the armor I needed and into the bin with you. Then we went Mega Summoning, hoping to get a weak Mega Eel. Eventually summoning an Ephemera that took no damage because of a barrier. Sniped out my Manticore from the sky with a howl that sent a dire wolf hurling at me. He just insta-killed me. The barrier would randomly drop, so I had to just keep summoning nukes till it finally died. Dropping my very own Fenrir version. It's already in a cryopod, so just like my Manticore, I duped them. Luckily, I did this before the fight. Went around killing megas because taking on that eel was just not possible. Killed a bunch of megas, including the Shadow Mane and Argiga, which helped me unlock Cloning Chamber. It also dropped a head that allowed you to get your own if placed in a Mega Hell Sheep Corpse. But we did this for days in-game and nothing. I did manage to get a couple of summoners like this Rex X and Ferox summoner, but the summoner for a Scorpion would not drop. Instead, I decided to end my killing spree with a Corrupted Raptor, which dropped a Paragon Orb that can be used for heals and to increase damage, along with a flyby summoner for the Overlord himself. Made the elixirs and then duplicated them. When I came back after raging, I found a box with the Scorpion in it. Someone was nice enough to leave it for me after hearing me rage for hours, and I know who to thank for that, so I appreciate you, Steps. However, when I spawned it in, it was a wild tame, so I got killed immediately, then had to go about shooting it with tranks to knock it out. Apparently, it was happening to other people as well, where they weren't allowed to throw out any tames in the soul ball, and other summons were coming out as wild. This is because of the server cap limit, so I will need to fiddle with the settings, otherwise I'll never be able to have this Mega Rack. Even after knocking out the Prime, you can't feed it, even though it gives you an option. It's probably something super simple in the settings like raise tame limit, and it will work again, so I had to do that. Got it fixed, and then summoned in the Prime Scorp and whisked it away to the land of the dead. Now it was time for the best part, the part we all been waiting for, the Mega Rex. Immediately duplicated the summoner and kept shooting them out till a unique one came. Now it was time for the last boss fight of these 100 days. Just need to get my saddle ready. I don't know which one is better, the tech or the regular, so I'll do a testing of both and both make them maxed out. Well, the tech was a bust since you can't even bite with it on, but there was something I did notice while trying to make my Rex bite. It was the Paragon Soul Absorption. Apparently your Rex can absorb souls that will increase its damage output. Only went up by 10, but it was interesting. Duplicated the hell out of the Rex, and I called in the Ferox summoning now that I could, just so I could waste time as Steps went to look for a Reaper boss to take on. Threw 10 corruption crystals in it and pressed X, it condensed it into a pure crystal, which increases defense on specific tames, one of those being the Reaper. Tested my Rex out on this Mega Reaper and we bodied it. Needed the Reaper head for a Reaper summon, then actually summoned an Uber Argiga, which was the last thing to take on before getting absolutely wrecked.